You got to tell them to go. All right, welcome back to day 2 of ACL Melbourne, guys. My name is Menace, and I am joined again by Max.
Yeah, or Slappy Baggins, as people like to say.
All right, so yeah, thanks to Plantronics, BenQ, and Riot for helping us out with all the prizes and the sponsorship.
Absolutely.
For sure. And yeah, don't forget this. So this is day 2 of the
it's
ACL
finals
Melbourne.
time, everyone.
Finals time.
And it's getting really down to the wire.
Yeah, that's right. We do need to tell these guys to go in-game, so give us 2 seconds. There we go. All right, so we are going to be doing the picks and bans now that all technical issues have been sorted.
Absolutely.
So you'll be seeing more of the picks and bans this stream. We didn't
And
do it
thank you for
yesterday.
bearing with us yesterday when we couldn't actually see that pick and ban face. Hopefully it was okay for everyone.
All right, and make sure you guys do go down and follow us on Twitter.
Absolutely. At Slappy Baggins for me.
Yep, and at Menace52, that's 2 N's, don't forget. And yeah, tweet at us all day, and might even mention a few tweets. Ask us questions, feel free.
Yep.
It's all good. All right, here we go. We are into the picks and bans now. So on the blue side, we haven't even mentioned the team yet.
Yeah, that is true.
Avant Redemption on the blue side and Fray Umart Storm over on the red side. Now,
this is a rematch from yesterday,
yes,
which is exciting. Avant-Garde Redemption actually taking that first game, but it was close. It was one of the closer games of the day. So I'm excited to see whether we're going to have any redemption from Umart's side or whether...
So what's the first ban for Umart?
First ban...
I did a freak. You see what I did there?
Oh, because they lost a ban.
All right, guys, there's no bans for Umart. They have been penalised for some time. So I'm not sure how many bans they are. I heard it was 3, but because I did see Dizzy running in the last few minutes,
he may have got in the last 15-minute time window.
Yeah, correct.
So we'll have to see whether they actually get a ban this time, but it looks like they're not going to be banning anyone.
Well, not for the first one. Maybe they missed the second one as well. We'll see if they do get it. They're probably not going to get to that one either.
I don't know. I heard that they lose 1 ban for the 15 minutes. And then 3 for the third. So
and, I believe it's now, 10:30, so...
It will definitely be.
It is. So they do not get to ban anyone at all. That's kind of unfortunate.
That being said, Karthus, Twisted Fate, and Jarvan being taken out by Avant-Garde Redemption. And it's interesting how losing 3 bans actually affects the game, because Redemption still has to ban 3 champions, but they all have to be targeted in the right places for losing those bans to be effective.
Yes. So, yeah, I guess it still is not too bad for Umart not to have any bans. It leaves a few things open. You got Shen open and a few others. Oh, they do get 1 ban. There we go. They got Vayne.
Okay, yep, good.
So they got two ban punishment on that one. It's pretty harsh.
That is pretty harsh.
But yeah, it's part of the game. If you don't, got to play by the rules.
It's better than losing 3.
Correct. All right, so they have banned out that Vayne.
And they did leave Fabulous's Lux open, so that is going to be picked off straight away. And I don't know whether they perhaps they kind of overlooked it because they lost 2 bans, didn't they?
I guess they thought that Smiley Face's Vayne was a little bit stronger than Fab,
That's
and
true.
they could deal with it.
Uber Giants Pro and Little Uber Giant really struggled in that Sona Ezreal lane versus that Vayne Nami lane in the game that we watched yesterday. So definitely a good pickoff, and Vayne being that massive late game carry as well. And early game isn't that bad.
True. So yeah, the Giants, Fray putting all their effort into bot lane. They're hoping the Giants can do well early on.
Absolutely.
And get them through the game. JKS picking up Shen, going to be going top lane for sure. But first pick Lux, as we said, we've seen Fabulous play some magnificent Lux all weekend.
Amazing Lux. And just hitting all those skill shots exactly when he needs to on champions like Ezreal that are just so hard to lock down.
Exactly.
And Zac as well being picked up. So they've got a really tanky front line in these first 2 picks already, which is really, really scary for Redemption.
For sure. Now, Avant Redemption have been playing great all weekend. They haven't lost a game yet.
That is true.
They have not lost a game all weekend. And as we said, this is a rematch. So if Redemption will be feeling pretty good coming into this, this is a single elim. Loser of this is out.
Yeah, so it is all on the line for this game. And it doesn't matter how you went in the group stage. It all comes down to this.
It does. Single elim in the qualifiers. It's crazy.
It's really scary.
So
really scary.
A lot of pressure right here for both teams. Now, Avant Redemption, like I said, have been winning all weekend. And if they do lose at this point, it could be quite, disheartening for those guys. And
Aviator hovering over the Leona when the Nami pickup was still there, and Teals was doing so much work on that Nami yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to pick up Leona. Well, maybe Leona jungle.
Leona jungle, look, it brings a lot of CC to those ganks, except it takes about 3 years to clear a jungle path.
And Aviator's been playing Nocturne all weekend. And
he certainly has, and that long-range engage after level 6 is huge. And wanting to take away, they wouldn't need to worry about taking away the Nocturne Shen combo from the other team because BMA is probably going to be on that Zac. But Dizzy locking in that Ahri incredibly quickly.
Instantly locking in Ahri. Also, Bluster's been playing a really good Rumble all weekend as well.
Oh, yeah. Some of his Zonyas after the equalizer just completely negating all the follow-up damage. He's been playing like a beast today.
He has.
Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday. Redemption, just these are the comfortable things that they've been picking all weekend, and it's been working for them. So I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And Twitch being locked in as well. Massively aggressive AD carry. Now that Draven's received that nerf, Draven players have been picking up that Twitch because he offers so much damage.
He does. And now it'd be interesting to see what Smiley Face does choose and what support they'll go. I know Teals has been playing, like, Thresh is open. Thresh has not been taken. I would expect Teals to be picking up Thresh.
You wouldn't expect Thresh to make it through the pick and ban phase this far.
This far.
Unless they really respect the nerfs that he received to all of his base stats in the last patch.
That being said, there's been some good hooks from Teals on the weekend. I mean, it's something I guess,
he stole a dragon yesterday.
He did. He stole a dragon. We'll keep talking about it all weekend. We did say
Oh, we
that.
will. We will.
Zyra being hovered over right now.
And Zyra is a decent pickup because Twitch is low mobility, and the Zyra Varus lane is a huge lane. I was sort of half expecting,
Me too,
the Cloud9 Ashe Zyra lane for that incredible level 6 lockdown, but doesn't seem to be the case, and they probably don't need that level of pick potential with the arrow because they're not really an all-in team. They've got Lux, they've got the Equalizer, which is incredibly long range, and they've got Nocturne that can just go in whenever he wants. So he can be the initiator for the team, and the follow-up is such long range.
That it is. And then Little Uber Giant playing Sonar again. He's played some good Sonar all weekend.
Yeah, and Little Uber plays a lot of Sonar as well, especially in solo queue.
He loves that champion. So Uber Giants, bro, picking up Twitch. Twitch Sonar bot lane is going to be against Varus and Zyra. It will be very interesting indeed to see how they go. JKS up there with a Shen. No teleport on him, though.
And it's going to be a very volatile bot lane. I'm actually really scared because Sonar and Twitch offer so much damage so early on, but then it hits that 6 point, and you've got Chains of Corruption into Stranglethorns, and that is a lot of lockdown coming out of Sphex and Teals. So it'll be interesting to watch, definitely.
I just suspect a lot of pressure to be put on by BMR on the mid lane.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They recognise Fabi is on fire.
Yep.
And I think that they're going to do their best to shut him down nice and early. That being said, that has happened to him, and he's still come out on top.
That's true, and he's taken the barrier for that extra bit of protection in lane, normally opting for that teleport in the mid lane.
Oh, yeah.
But really does fear Dizzy's upfront damage.
That is a wise choice against an Ahri who can burst down so quickly. I just forgot what I was about to say, but that's all right.
No, I was actually I was going to say as well, you were talking about the BMA and Dizzy sort of combination in the mid lane trying to get onto Fabulous, and if BMA manages to land that elastic slingshot and get the knockup, that's a very easy charm, assuming no minions in the way, onto Fabulous as well. So that's going to be really, really dangerous, and he's going to have to watch out. Possibly stay behind his creep wave.
Now, I don't know if you're watching some of the OGN on the weekend, but there was a technique was referred to as the submarine technique, right?
The submarine technique?
Yeah, and I don't think I want to talk about it just yet because the players can probably still... Actually, I don't think they can hear us. They are in-game right now, so we are in the delay.
Yeah.
I should be able to mention that. I'll say it very quietly.
Yeah,
is that
it's a secret, everyone.
Twitch will go invisible, and then Shen will ulti.
Yes, I did see this.
Yes.
I did see, and it was in the bot lane, and he just walked straight up to Ashe. Shen pops out, gets the taunt, Spray and Pray comes across for so much damage almost instantly. That was a terrifying tactic to see work.
Hopefully we haven't given it away to the...
Yeah, that's true. There might need to be a lot of focus on pink ward, so we'll have to see whether Little Uber Giant actually opts to get that either early oracles or picks up a lot of pinks this game
Teals,
just to try and... yes, Teal, sorry. Little Uber Giant won't need to.
No.
That being said, he'll be able to counter out all of those pink
wards.
Yeah,
it's going to be battle of wards down one lane.
It's early this
and
morning.
And a lot of the times, Zyras usually pick up 2 pink wards early on anyway.
Yeah, that they definitely do.
All right. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, by the way. We might take this chance to thank our sponsors once again, Plantronics, BenQ, as well as Riot. They bumped up that prize pool to $12,000. That's a huge amount of money for the ACL tournament.
Absolutely huge.
And it's been a really good weekend so far. Everything's run pretty smoothly, I think. Good solid few hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Streaming, that's for sure. And a lot of support from you guys on Twitter.
And some fantastic games as well. I mean, we saw a lot of stomps yesterday.
Yep.
But we also saw some fantastic work, especially coming out of this game, which is a rematch of yesterday's game, which was Umart Storm versus Avant-Garde Redemption, and it was fantastic. Real corker of a game. And showing the strategies as well. I mean, it's a little bit the same. More of a pick comp coming out of Umart Storm. They chose a massive team fight comp yesterday. And with that charm and with the elastic slingshot, I mean, they will be able to lock down people, but they've got a huge team fight in that taunt and the let's bounce over the top of everything, including that spray and pray. So there is more of a focus on team fights for Umart Storm again, and with the light binding and the long range equalizer, it's more of a pick comp here for
and a bit of poke as well.
The Avant-Garde Redemption. Yeah, they got a lot of poke.
I mean, Zyra, Varus, and
Zyra's peel potential on Varus, who's a very vulnerable AD carry. Zyra is a fantastic pickup just to help him out.
Teals is looking to be aggressive as well. He's picked up Ignite. They want to get the kills early on and keep down the Uber boys. All right, here's the teams now. That there is Ballasta up in the top lane. Very concentrated faces right now for those guys. Aviator there as well. There's Fabulous, the beautiful Fabulous.
Fabulous
down there as well. And down in the bot lane, they've got themselves Smiley Face X at Teals. He doesn't have his beanie on. I was like, oh.
Who is this guy?
Who's this guy? JKS there. BMR right over there and playing that. Zach, Dizzy as well in the mid lane, as well as Uber Giants, bro. And then little Uber Giant down the end. He's not little at all.
He's not. They are. That's not a little family, to be perfectly honest.
And yeah, so it's just going into the loading screen, guys. Won't be too long. So at level 1, I don't expect too much to come out.
Not too much. Although you do have a lot of potential. I mean, the elastic slingshot has the potential to lock down a lot of targets. And Shen's taunt, if he gets that across enough people, then that's huge. But what they really have to watch out for going against Redemption in a level 1 fight is that grasping roots. Yes. Grasping roots, being able to lock down so many targets if he gets it in a line across the whole team, especially when they're entering a brush. If they get nice wards to counter out that invade, that grasping roots is going to be huge.
That's right, and you might probably going to not really look for invades, go a little bit more defensive in this situation. As you can see, JKS is up in top lane by himself. They do get a ward down in that brush, but that's throwing out a bit of poke there, hoping to find someone, but no one is around. Nocturne spawning out everyone sort of around this mid lane, and
Umart did actually ping onto that ward, so they do know that it's there. They probably saw it with that the ward that they placed in the mid-river brush. So very smart of them to know where that is, and we might see BMA avoiding that area when he's going through his jungle.
That's right. And fairly standard items all around. No Doran's Blades on the jungle.
Yeah,
We've seen that quite a lot this weekend.
That's true, that's true. And it's more of sort of a Jarvan or Elise sort of pickup, or Udyr, of course. Diamond Prox making that one pretty popular.
All right, they are standing on a ward around this red buff. Smiley Face sitting at the back now. And I think they want to go and try and steal blue.
Yeah, they are certainly here, and there are no wards. So Umart will probably be able to get in here pretty uncontested. Fabulous is just hanging around that mid lane. Hopefully.
Oh no, it could be even maybe.
Oh no, he's backing off, going to help out his jungler. So they do it. You see, this is fantastic from Umart Storm. They put that ward in the red so that they know that there's 3 people that can't be countering this.
They're just going to start the red buffs. Nocturne going to take it away quite easily. I wonder if he's going to maybe pick out that he's going to have to go and take the enemy's red buff. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's going to predict this though, because they had absolutely no vision.
They did. Maybe they may have spotted Ari walking through that ward over there on the brush though.
That being said, he will see BMA entering back into his own jungle, so he is going over there straight away. So really, really good action from Aviator really early.
Well, there's a stun on the little Uber Giant. Missing the piercing arrow though, not following up that. Wow, so much from that
expunge doing so much damage. And this is the danger that we were saying, Twitch and Sona doing so much damage so early on.
Yeah, the poke from Sona is really strong as well, but she's also very squishy and can pay with her life quite easily. Now,
like you said, taking so much damage there in the bot lane.
That's right. Now, one thing I'd like to note is that BMA just actually cleared out the blue jungle for Aviator, but Aviator left the one of the minions
behind. Aviator.
Yeah, he would have missed out on that XP because they did get a little bit more of an XP buff in the recent patch. Maybe that's why BM has taken that.
Oh wow, Grasping Root's doing so much damage on the little Uber Giant in the bot lane.
Piercing arrow missing, unfortunately, once again. And the Uber Giants both thrown out the expunge, taking them, as much harass from Teals as Teals could dish out with all cooldowns going down.
He's got to land those piercing arrows though, because that's a lot of damage.
It is. That is where Varus's main source of damage is coming from now. Piercing arrows probably not being, the rain of arrows not being leveled up anymore due to a recent nerf. So,
yeah, and the sort of the buff in response as well to piercing arrow. that really allows it to chunk the health.
Now
from such a long range.
Have a look at the sustainer, I guess, in the lane with Sona in there. They're already both back at almost full health, and there's a piercing arrow.
Yeah, it actually hit this time.
There it is. And yeah, from all that poke from Teals and Smiley Face, Sona's just able to heal it up, although Little Uber Giant's falling very low on health right now. Low on mana right now, not health.
Yeah, that Song of Harmony really doing a lot of work.
That
being said, Varus has picked up a 6 CS lead.
He has. It's starting to creep up, and Zach in this top lane now looking to take down Ballasta. Now, I don't think Ballasta has any idea, but well, maybe he does.
He has his flash available, but he is looking to go aggressive, and this could be very dangerous for Ballasta. Taunt landing and Elastic Slingshot. Aviator is here for the follow-up, though. Flash is burned, and the Fear Tether will go out onto BMA, so Aviator might pay for this with his life, though. Actually went back in for that.
Unfortunately, yeah. Aviator a little bit too slow for that team fight there, and Ballasta got burst down before he could become, throw out as much sustained damage as the Rumble does do. So effectively turning it into 2v1 through the whole time. It's just one person had to be running away. Dizzy now getting light binding on there. Fabulous taking a charm straight to the face. There's the ignite as well. Fabulous throws out the... Oh, is it going to be enough? Here he goes, and a first blood to Fabulous.
That was amazingly well played. He wasn't expecting the massive damage coming out of that Lucent Singularity there. I wasn't expecting it either, to be perfectly honest. It was huge.
There's a nice grasping roots, though, down on the Twitch. Ignite ticking away down on him. Is he going to be enough? Little Uber Giant is completely out of mana. There's a piercing arrow. Does land, but it wasn't enough.
He was trying to wait out that barrier, trying to get it off at the last second, but he knew that he was going to run out of range. Smart play, but just a little bit unlucky.
And now the two junglers reserve back to mid lane. A Fear going off on BMA right now. And yeah, good start for Lord Fabulous, man. Picking up a kill, that barrier really helping out in that last team fight.
Absolutely. One thing to note in this top lane as well, Ballasta still has his Ignite, but his Flash is down, whereas JKS still has his Flash, but his Ignite's down. So the trade potential from Ballasta is still pretty high. And look at him overheating here, doing a lot of damage with that Flame Spitter as well.
He's a huge amount of damage on his JKS. He's picked himself up that Rejuve Bead Pots start, and he didn't actually get any wards at all, I don't think. So. Or maybe he had used it earlier on, I'm not too sure. Looking to just try and sustain a lane as you do with Shen. Not looking for kills, really, I guess. Just want to CS all day, get yourself some fight cape, CS even more.
Absolutely.
And push.
It is really dangerous to have Fabulous on this Lux, especially picking up first blood in a one-on-one situation, now that we get a pause.
There is the pause. You get to cut back to our beautiful faces once again.
Absolutely. Our beautiful morning faces.
Beautiful morning faces.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go over the Karthus and TF bans were really targeted, I guess, at Dizzy.
At Dizzy, of course.
Fabulous didn't want to... He got his Lux because he knew that the bans were probably not going to ban out Lux. Well, maybe he suspected that.
If I was Umart, Lux has been the real driving force for Redemption yesterday and recently. So taking away Fabulous's Lux would have been a really good decision. I mean, I know the Vayne is strong, so that's a good ban, but I just don't think it's quite the team fight potential that Fabulous brings with that Lux.
That's right. Fabulous already showing his skills. I mean, he's gone for that barrier. It's worked out really well because of Dizzy's burst. Worked out perfectly. He got charmed. He did. But
that was after landing the light binding, though. He hit every damage ability that he needed to in that exchange.
And both very squishy as well. And I'm not sure if did Dizzy start with... I think he might have picked up that Doran's ring later on.
I think he started with the Flask.
Yeah, he would have started with that Flask.
I think it was a double Flask start.
Yeah. All right, now the Chalice of Harmony being picked up on Lux. More magic resist as well as the Doran's ring. So
and the Chalice of Harmony meaning that he can throw out any ability that he wants all the time, because the regen on your mana there from that item is huge. It is huge. And he's also got that extra health from the Doran's ring and the AP that comes with it. Yes,
so
absolutely.
Fabulous looking really good in this starting time right now. In the first few minutes of the game, Uber Giants Bro has disconnected, unfortunately. So a little bit of technical difficulties for now, guys. It won't be too long before we are back into the game, so please bear with us.
That first blood as well has increased the gold lead to 700, which is actually more. It means that Avant-Garde Redemption are actually out farming at this point in the game, which is quite scary, because having that Lux with that first blood and also having your other lanes doing well. I mean, Rumble does have an advantage of about 5 CS, and Varus is up by 12 CS in that bot lane, which at this point, 6 minutes in, I mean, it's not that notable, but it looks large. You know, you got 40 to 28 there in the bot lane. That's
for sure. So 12 is starting to be considerable right now. 6 minutes in, 12 CS lead it's just going to start growing and continuously growing. Twitch has backed as well as Varus. He's picked up both of them. Have picked up Vamp Scepters.
Yep.
Doran's blade, and boots actually being the deciding the difference between Varus. Varus is 12 CS, I guess.
Yeah, and that Song of Celerity is also, of course, going to give Twitch a little bit more movement speed, but having those boots does make Varus, who is notably an unmobile champion, a lot more mobile.
No worries. Yeah. So just keep in mind there was the two bans penalty for the late player, as we mentioned before, and that's the reason why I guess they only got that Vayne. They just didn't want to verse that Vayne early on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's hard having that penalty, but if you're late, I mean, you're putting people out. So they've got to make sure that they're punished in some way so it doesn't happen all the time.
All right. And
Uber Giants Bro finding his way back into the game.
Was that a reconnection, was it?
That was a reconnection.
Oh, right.
I think it was.
I thought it was disconnection because he reconnected and he may have disconnected.
Oh, really? Again?
That's all right.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
All right.
I don't actually have any game sounds going into my headset, so...
Oh, neither do I, actually. That's all right.
Normally the lovely lady tells me whether someone's reconnected or disconnected.
All right, while we're here, may as well shout out to our Twitters. So go down, you can see below right here. If I can do it. Right there.
You're a genius. Look at you.
Follow our Twitters down there, guys. Send us some questions. I know. Comment on my red beard. I don't care. Just want to get interaction.
It's a beautiful red beard.
Red beard.
I don't know whether anyone really wants to comment on it.
People might.
They might?
They might.
Okay.
Say it's horrible. All right, we're back in the game now. We're still talking about my beard.
Play has resumed. Thank goodness. Don't need to talk about red beards anymore.
All right.
And we're straight back into this top lane, which is so incredibly exciting.
So
by
exciting.
that, we mean it's a farm off.
It always is top lane. Always a farm off.
That being said, well, BMA is that he's thinking of backing Final Spark going down in the mid lane, possibly just to clear out the lane, and Equalizer coming down as well.
Wow, Dizzy getting punished by Fabulous.
Yeah, that Final Spark obviously hit. Not that we actually saw it. And
No.
Teals is offering a lot of zoning power here in the bot lane.
I guess Sona being out of lane, he's feeling a little comfortable right now. There is no vision on
Grasping
the
Roots
jungle.
lands.
There it is. Rain of arrows coming over the top. Uber Giants Pro in a bit of trouble here. Sona is not going to be enough. There's a piercing arrow. It's just not enough. There's just the healing from Sona really helping out. If Sona wasn't there, he'd be dead.
Yeah, and of course the extra defensive stats that you get.
There's
Lightbinding
one
hitting on the second after last hitting the first creep.
Oh,
that's some cool moves, am I right?
Fab. He's just too good.
Oh, he's
good
fabulous.
He is fabulous.
Oh, we're going to stop with those ones.
And I expect a lot. If they move on through these stages, I expect a lot of bans to be targeted at
Oh,
Fabulous.
absolutely.
That
being said, he's been saying that he's got some other things
He
up
does.
his sleeve.
He's prepared for the Lux bans to come out. So
I think everyone's been saying, look, we saw your Lux, man.
Yeah, we know.
We're going to ban that.
I know that Immunity are thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Fabulous is well prepared.
Yeah, so he knows what he's going to play, and we do too, but we'll leave it a surprise.
Keep it a surprise. Or maybe they won't ban it out. Who knows?
Who knows? Grasping Roots missing in the bot lane, so Uber Giants were able to not pick up any CS because the tower does like to focus those plants down in one hit.
And that CS lead now becoming quite considerable. Zach is down around bot lane, but they do know what is going on.
Yeah, that vision ward there at Dragon really just giving away his intentions there in the bot lane, so he's just going to saunter back towards his blue buff, possibly donate that to Dizzy, and we've got another pause.
We do. Now, let's have a look at the gold lead.
Gold lead's really been extended at this point.
It has been. The CS difference between the mid and bottom lanes right now is the gold lead, as well as the first blood on on Fabulous. That's really helping them out this early stage. I expect some ganks coming out pretty soon from Nocturne. I mean, he is level 5. I don't think he'd be too far off his level 6.
Yeah, and when he hits that level 6 point, he gets really dangerous, and he can gank from almost the same sort of spots that Zach can. So with that elastic slingshot, with that paranoia, they're both similar champions as far as ganking from those places that are more interesting, you could say, around the map.
Some long-range engages from both Zach
and
Nocturne.
That's what I meant.
that's what they're looking for.
Of course. And in this bot lane as well, we were talking before about the CS lead being only about 10 before the previous pause, and now it's increased to 20. So that is a big deal, and it really shows that Teals really knows how to play that Zara.
He does.
He lands the majority of those grasping roots, which is exactly what you need to do as Zara support. You're pretty much useless without that ability. And as soon as that's on cooldown, you can see Twitch and Sona going full aggressive if there isn't a gigantic minion wave coming into their tower.
I mean, Twitch and Sona are not going to have too much fun in this poke lane that Varus and Zyra, bring to the table. The piercing arrows and the grasping roots just doing too much, and it's forcing either one of them out of lane at either time. So,
and that slight range advantage is just really, really hard to deal with.
It is. And now these guys down here are going to do their golems. Just more and more experience in gold. Popped into smiley face.
And, well, it's now stretched to 21. That CS lead in the bot lane. So
one more CS. Did
Teals
Teals take that away? He must have stolen one of those CS. One of those
No. Twitch managed to get one in the time that those golems were taken
I see.
by Specs.
I thought maybe
But
Teals.
I think that's a little bit silly at this point.
Still early days. I mean,
yeah, and
so much
top lane, to be noted, is actually really, really close.
It is. And you'd expect that from both Rumble and Shen, I guess. They both have sort of ranged abilities to use.
Yeah,
for
and they're not
CS.
going to have that much kill potential on each other either.
No.
It's just going to be a bit of a farm lane. I mean, Shen being that sort of a movable object, like we were saying when he was against that Malphite, which is probably a better pun, to be perfectly honest. And Rumble he wants to be aggressive, but he just can't seem to kill a Shen.
No.
And Shen's not going to have the damage to take out a Rumble, so it's just going to be a farm lane there unless we get any more gangster happening in the top lane.
Now, I did make a prediction that I was wrong about. It happens all the time. Get used to it. Zach, I did say Zach would be very aggressive on to Lux, and it's not really been shown too much at this stage. But I expect once level 6 rolls around for both Zach and maybe Nocturne, a bit of pressure being going on to Dizzy. So Dizzy is now level 6.
Yeah,
level
that's true.
7
That's Spirit
Fabulous.
Rush coming in, making the gank potential from BMA actually quite higher. Just with that added mobility to get around the side of the creeps and get that charm onto that Lux.
Mm-hmm. So a very, I guess, quiet now part of the game with all these pauses coming out as well. Not really helping with the action. It won't be long before things start moving in their favour. Once that's there it is.
Flash out instantly as the paranoia comes in. That was fantastically well reacted by Ubergiants, bro.
There is a ward in that tri-rush, and they would have seen Nocturne walk through it, I guess, coming through there. So,
but that grasping roots was on point.
It was.
As soon as it came out, the flash came out.
I guess Twitch was maybe waiting for it to happen.
That's true, but Paranoia for Flash, I mean, Paranoia has a gigantic cooldown, and they're going to know that it's going to be out of commission for a lot of this game. Blast with a level advantage here against JKS and doing a bunch of damage.
Yeah, he is. Maybe Shen missing out on a few CS here and there. Teals throwing out more grasping roots and more of those little, the turrets as well, just to try and poke these two out of lane. And it's working so well. Smiley Face is CSing quite well right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's doing ridiculously well on that Varus as well. And Varus is a really dangerous champion when it comes into the late game. He does % health damage and the flash crescendo.
Teals taking a ton of damage now from Expunge. There's the ultimate from Zyra as well. Gets a knock up onto Ubergiant. Ubergiant does get taken down by Teals. Passive in the mid lane now, though. Ari getting caught by Light Binding as well as an ultimate from Fabulous. And in comes Aviator, forcing the flash out from Ari. She's taking a ton of damage. This is a back and forth trade. Fabulous is still very healthy, though, but it's not going to be any kills. So close.
Yeah, wow. That was a massive exchange in the mid lane. And Aviator getting taken down so low from BMA. And Fabulous landing that light binding again onto an Ari that has Spirit Rush. That is a huge, huge thing. BMA taking the Lucent Singularity and the light binding. And almost the Q from Aviator as well for his trouble. But he does have his passive. He's not too scared.
All right, so yeah, bot lane they traded
support for
support. But Twitch picked up the kill on the Zyra, and Zyra picked up the kill on Sona. So Varus missing out there. That was really what Ubergiants Bro needed.
Yeah, that being said, Ubergiants Bro has gone back when Varus is stuck around in lane. So Varus will be able to push that one back up and definitely not lose out on very much CS. So maybe in the end will come out on top, sort of in their favor, yeah. And as we can see in the gold lead, it's 900 now. I think that was actually brought back a little bit than it was, or is it just stayed the same? Equalizer coming out in the top lane, Blaster just going to back in the middle of the lane in front of JKS's face, and JKS walking out just to say, no, mate, you're not going to do that.
No way. I think Blaster just taunting at this stage.
Yeah, really.
Now, Equalizer is down. Zach may may use this opportunity to come along and throw a gank down. Rumble is going to back, though.
And Dizzy's playing around in Avant-Garde's jungle as well. And it looks like they're wanting to make some dragon pressure happen at this point. Aviator in the right spot, BMA just going back to base. So he's not exactly in position for that, but they do have vision control over on Umart Storm.
It would be very hard for Redemption to go into a dragon fight. Shen's ultimate being, I guess, the reason why they wouldn't want to come down, unless Ballasta can make his way down really quickly to contest it. And there is a vision on it. Maybe they're expecting some kind of gank bot lane. As you see Zach going over to his wolves, he might head around towards bot lane now.
Yeah, and what's going to have to happen is Avant-Garde are going to need to bring Ballasta down if they want to actually contest that dragon fight. And Ballasta's going to have to make the first move there in the top lane, because otherwise that Stand United is there so that Shen can be there at any point in that fight.
All right, now Aviator standing on top of a ward in that lane. Dizzy getting caught up by a light binding. And Fabulous not going to follow up. He is moving towards his bot lane, and there is a lot of investment now for Avant-Garde Redemption. Aviator still unaware that he's sitting on a ward.
Yeah, pink ward in the inventory of
this
heals.
This could be really bad for Avant-Garde right now.
Yeah, Elastic Slingshot does have so much range. They definitely know now, though, yeah. All Charm missing in the mid lane.
Zac is coming through lane at this stage. Nocturne is staying in that back rush. Little Ubergiant getting knocked up. There's a Strangle Thorns as well. Nocturne throwing his ultimate, and there goes Little Ubergiant on the Sona. BM now getting ulti by Shen. Will they be able to get away from this one? There's a flash, perfect flash. As well as there's the ultimate onto JKS. JKS going to take a ton of damage now. Avant-Garde looking to try and turn this one around. There's a fear onto JKS. Will it turn off? Yes, it does go off. Didn't get to go the dash away from that one. Piercing arrows coming over the top, getting the slow, and unfortunately Teal's missing out on that one. And this might be a quite easy drag. Here's Fabulous at the back though. Does land the light binding on a BMer, but he does have his passive up. He's trying very hard right now to get that one across. Fabulous in a bit of trouble. Smiley Face comes through the tower now. JKS taking more damage from this Varus. Does get locked up by the Zyra, and he is gone as well. That's another kill for Smiley. First kill for Smiley Face. That's a good outcome for Redemption.
That was an amazing roam by Fabulous there, wanting to pick up that kill, and goes on to BMA, gets him down incredibly low so that he couldn't be part of that fight at all. Ubergiant's Bro did put a lot of damage onto Fabulous, but with the follow-up from everyone in bot lane, then
this could be very dangerous.
Brilliant. And they know that the Stand United's down, so it's not as dangerous as they thought.
Wow, you got a Dizzy there, full health, full mana. Got ulti as well. Misses the charm though. Dizzy taking a ton of damage now, engaging, and he falls very quickly to Varus. So much damage. They take the dragon as well. Really good outcome.
That's 2 kills and a dragon with that extended exchange. That was huge for Redemption, and they've got a $4,000 gold lead.
They did get that top turret as well.
Oh, and Ballasta doing work, of course, in that top lane. Known for wanting to push that lane all day.
All day. Ballasta the pusher. Did they get bot lane as well? I'm not too sure.
No, they
didn't. So just one turret, if I could count.
They definitely zone Twitch out of a whole bunch of CS, though.
They have in hundreds. Well, 100. He's catching up. He's only 17 CS behind at this stage.
Hey, that's true. That's true. But with that dragon, I mean, the gold lead is definitely in Varus' favor, especially with that 2-0-1 scoreline.
That it is, and he's gone back, picked up a Blade of the Ruin King straight away. Both Twitch and Varus opting out for the Blade of the Ruin King. First item pick for those guys. And BMS still hasn't died yet, so his passive is still up, I believe. Didn't get popped in that last team fight. As hard as Lord Fabulous was trying to get it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, of course, the AV being subbed in for Lord Fabulous being his original name, everyone, if you didn't understand. We don't actually think that he's a Lord.
No, he's just fabulous.
He's just fabulous.
And now the pressure down on mid lane. The light binding missing Dizzy right now, but not much he can really do. Zac's out of the way. Aviator coming into lane as well. There's the charm. Light binding across on all those minions. Ballasta wants to maybe take down Dizzy, and they get themselves a mid turret as well. So much map control right now in this top half of the map for Avant-Garde Redemption. No, in the bot lane, there's the grass moves to Varus. Misses his ultimate. Throws out the Blade of the Ruin King onto Twitch. There's a turret aggro doing a ton of damage. And although at the back now, here comes Ballasta. He's going to take down little Ubergiant. Gone.
Ballasta always gets those equalizers so incredibly perfectly.
Wow, and there is a double kill for Rumble, doing so much work. And Shen is going to try and trade and take this top turret, but it's not a really good exchange, I guess.
It's not a good exchange for an inner turret potentially here in the bot lane, which they have decided not to go for because that charm from Ari and the elastic slingshot from BMA being enough to get them out of here. Grasping Roots not hitting, but they're going to steal away this blue buff.
That they are. More of a gold lead in favour of Avant-Garde Redemption, 25k to 19k right now. And they should be sitting on quite a bit. Be a few big buys coming out. There we go. There's the turret exchange, I guess. Bot for top. Umart Storm taking his best, as much as they can.
Yeah, did you notice that Ballasta went back and bought a needlessly large rod, amp tome, and a cloth armor?
Wow.
So he is well on the way to that Zoni's Hourglass, and he's going to be a beast this game.
That he is. He's already 2 up, 141 CS. Shen is doing a really good job of keeping up, though. JKS is doing his best. 135, 136 CS, not too bad. Here is where, though, Ballast is going to to catch up and get even more of a lead now that JKS has to back and wait for Rumble to, I guess, push his lane towards his side of the river, because they don't really have that much map control. There's 0 wards in this top half of the jungle, and 1 ward down in bot river, so...
Yeah, absolutely, and it was very good of JKS to actually take that top tower in response to what was going on in the bot lane, but he could have popped his Stand United on that Twitch perhaps when he was getting dove in the bot lane, so maybe, you know, maybe a misplay, maybe it was on cooldown still at that point though.
Possibly. And now, little Uber Giant throwing out as many wards as he can. Teals pinking up Dragon, getting ready again. Won't be too long before it comes up.
A couple of minutes.
Maybe 3-4 minutes left. 3 minutes, I'd say 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Round about that left on the Dragon. And Avant Redemption have full control bottom half of the map right now.
Well, Light Binding and Lucent Singularity hitting BMA here.
That's right. Yeah, so Varus is now gaining a considerable CS lead, 150, 124. He's got back that 25 CS lead, and they're just freezing this lane out right now. They want Smiley Face to get fully farmed up.
Yeah, and they're freezing that lane. Yeah, it's interesting because it does...
Oh, Ballista in trouble, though. Does flash through the charm, flash away with the charm. Equalizer throw down, right in a really good spot. BMA throws out, let's bounce at the back as well. Shen ultimate on top of him. Crescendo actually missing Ballista as well. JK has flash torn onto Ballista. Blasta's in big trouble.
Yeah, they used a lot of resources to get Ballista then, and that was 5 people there in the mid lane. BMA getting taken down incredibly low from that, but that's what you get for freezing the lane in bot. You know, you don't have any pressure being added. I mean, it's very good to get that Varus with some extra farm, but it's really dangerous when Umart Storm know exactly how to react to it.
All right, now Smiley Face wants to put the pressure on, though. After freezing that lane, he wants to get this second tier turret, and I believe they can. There's a lot of resources, like you said, were spent on Ballista, so this is a good window of opportunity now for Avant Redemption to take away this second tier bottom turret.
Yeah, most notably that Stand United is down from Shen, and he's in the top lane. So
and Crescendo's gone as well.
Yeah, potential 4v4 situation here. Light Binding actually missing from Fabulous. So.
There are a lot of ultimates still up on Avant-Garde Redemption. Nocturne still has his ulti. There, Fabulous does have Final Spark. There is no Let's Bounce on BMA. This is a really bad spot for Frenetic Ray.
Yeah, and that Spirit Rush as well, most notably, is still down. So Dizzy not going to have that the ability to get away like an Ari generally does with that ultimate up.
Here we go.
Light Binding missing again, and these are the first 2 Light Bindings I think we've seen Fabulous miss.
He's just throwing out as best he can, just get some. There it is, the second tier turret. Won't be long before Dragon's up. Surely they're going to transition to an easy Dragon now. They have the timer. Won't be long, I swear.
They have the timer. We don't necessarily have the timer.
I sure should. Should have kept count. Damn.
Zyra is going back at this point, so I think they assume that Dragon's going to be another minute or so, yet.
Yeah, my internal Dragon timer is
And
out.
as you can see, Blaster is going back, so they're probably wanting to put some pressure down onto that global objective in Dragon.
Yeah, bottom half of the river right now is really in the...
Oh, Dragon just popped up now, actually.
There you go. My timer wasn't that bad, I guess.
No, not bad at all. And it means that now everyone is going to be getting down there, and Umart probably, you know, there was a window there where they could have taken advantage of the fact that Redemption were back and taken that Dragon, but I don't think they knew quite well enough. And admittedly, they're just not in control of this game at the moment.
No, they are not, unfortunately. Avant Redemption picking up, you know, dictating when the fights are going to happen. Apart from that one mid lane, I guess, Blaster was a little bit out of position in the top half of the river right now.
That's true, but he did allow that bot turret to be taken out as well. You know, as you said, they used a lot of ultimates to take him down, and Umart Storm just weren't ready to teamfight. And yeah, this is going to be uncontested as well. Yeah,
I don't think that Umart can do much with this one right now. Another free Dragon for... Oh, it wasn't really free the first one, but it was another Dragon for Redemption, giving them an increasing gold lead. That's a 8k gold lead right now at 21 minutes in, which is not too bad. 4-1 towers. Redemption just doing so well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Redemption playing really aggressively. They're playing this game on their terms. And Umart Storm, it seems they're a little bit nervous, maybe, you know, wanting to play a little bit passively, and you can't do that when you've got a team dictating the game this hard. Light Binding landing, and Final Spark as well. Dizzy taking so much damage, having to pop that Spirit Rush.
All right, and now Umart looking to take this one back. Teals, flash away, does get charmed. Fabulous picks up a kill on the Dizzy, though. Equalizer across the back, blocking out everyone from going through that jungle now. Varus is very far away. Nocturne is out on the left field. That was an RE for a support. Mid for a support.
that is a big deal. I mean, that RE definitely worth more than Teals at this point. With that Stranglethorns down as well, you know. Teals isn't going to be useful until that massive peel ability is available again.
So, where are we now? We are 4-1 turrets and
and the ultimate
face.
coming down.
Yeah, BMA actually runs away from that. There's the ultimate, the passive popped, and he is gone. Caught out from Smiley Face. Good catch there.
Yeah, and importantly as well, Balasta getting that kill, 3-1 on that Rumble, has that Zonya's Hourglass already, so they could possibly even go for a dive potentially, probably not on this
they want this inhibitor
turret.
They do. They want this bottom lane inhibitor turret. It's fully pushed up. JKS forced to back. His standalone, Stand United is not up.
Yeah, and Dizzy actually being up again is going to mean that they're going to have a lot more wave clear, but that Spirit Rush is down.
I don't think that they were going to get that one there. Maybe they're going to try transition over to mid lane now and get that one.
Yeah, Teals with that Oracle's just getting rid of all of the vision from Umart Storm. And Avant-Garde Redemption, you can see, look, no wards in their jungle and all the wards in the enemy jungle. They know that they have control of this game.
Well, that's for sure. They just want to keep it very aggressive. Uber Giants Pro not really doing so good right now. He has 155 CS as opposed to Varus' 210, as well as a 204 Varus.
Really notable as well is the zeal in comparison to an Infinity Edge. That Varus going for the massive carry build. You see this a lot. European LCS is where you see that Blade of the Ruin King into that Infinity Edge for incredible damage and incredible dueling potential as well with the Blade of the Ruin King.
Yeah, for sure. It's both of them do have that Blade of the Ruin King, but Infinity Edge has that extra crit and so much more damage.
Absolutely. And, you know, the cost as well. You get so much more stats for and the cost of gold. I mean, you can just see how far ahead he is at this point. 50 CS up, 204 as opposed to that 112.
And Avant Redemption is going to take
this could be dangerous.
It could be, but it doesn't look like Umart are going to do anything about it.
Yeah, they don't have any vision, and Teal's just clearing this out, and he does have his seeds ready for the extra slow with the entry, but BMA does have the Let's Bounce available and the Elastic Slingshot.
Oh my god!
So much damage!
There's the Strangleclaws over the back as well. The Equalizer. Rumble picking up a kill onto Ari.
And picking up the Baron with his Smite as well.
Wow.
Balasta is a beast.
Balasta is doing a lot of work. And there's a double kill as the Baron pick up as well. This is really good for Avant Redemption right now.
And it's what we were saying about the range of initiation coming out of Avant-Garde Redemption right now. You know, Fabulous landing that Light Binding on 2, landing the final Spark, and Dizzy almost died from that alone. And then the Stranglethorn's follow-up with that Equalizer over the top. They barely even needed to be there. They could still keep auto-attacking Baron while everyone on Umart Storm was dying.
That's right. And they're going to look for this middle inhibitor. Baron buff is just really going to help them out in this situation. There's a Light Binding over the top. Does land on the Shen as well as Sona. JKS a lot tankier than he actually thought he would be, taking that final Spark on the chin pretty well.
Grasping Roots was huge just there, locking down Twitch.
JKS wanted to get a taunt off there possibly, but not going to happen.
Really, really good. That's Baron and the middle inhibitor. So Redemption in massive control. They have an 11k gold lead approximately at this point. And Varus is going to finish off that bot wave, and I could probably see bot tower going down and bot inhibitor, and then probably the game from there. Redemption really have this. It's their game to lose right now.
It is. It is. If I don't really see how they're going to lose from this stage. It's just really swung in their favour. They've snowballed it really well, but Fnatic Ray Umart not giving up at all.
Yeah, absolutely not. And I know we always harp on about Teals and his ability to play this game, but his vision, look at all of those wards in the enemy jungle. And around that Baron buff, they knew exactly what was going on. That was a calculated Baron.
It was a calculated Baron, and I guess they just felt strong enough that they could start it and do it at that time.
And they knew exactly where Umart Storm were.
That's
because of all of that vision that they have, and they knew that that Elastic Slingshot wasn't going to come in from those interesting angles that it can bring out just because of all of the vision that they have everywhere. Little Uber Giant trying to clear it out now with his Oracles, so not going to be as much. Their jungle is going to go a little bit dark at this point, but I think Teals has definitely done the work already. Getting that Baron buff onto their team and that middle inhibitor is just huge.
Well, let's have a look at the items now for both supports. Tier 1 boots, Chalice of Harmony, and Sight Ward on Little Uber Giant on that Sona.
Oh, and the Haunting Guys now coming out for Teals. That I play a lot of Zara. I'm not going to lie to you. And Leandri's Torment is the best item. If you want a little bit of damage on a Zara support,
the burn.
That Leandri's does so much damage.
Penetration, yeah. build it into a Haunting, guys, as well as a lot.
And with the percentage health damage as well, it's just the most
man.
effective way to get damage on a support.
Oh, there's a Shen ultimate on Dizzy. Dizzy now throwing out the Spirit Rush as well. Aviator in the mix, though. JKS does get taunted. There is a nice crescendo, though, landing on Teals and Smiley Face X. Equalizer at the back, splitting everybody up. There's a Let's Bounce from BMA. And there goes Sona, ultimate from Lord Fabulous. The Blaster throwing out the Zonyas. Everybody is still alive on Avant Redemption. They're also healthy as well. And that's going to be an easy inhibitor for those guys.
Oh, the flash forward. Light Binding actually missing, though.
There we go. It's just dodging those ones quite easily. Fabulous. Just trying to get another catch. JKS got the Chairman on his boost, running out really quickly. BMA comes over, gets a knock up onto Fabulous, so it could be quite dangerous. No light binding yet from Fabulous to maybe lock them up.
Specs coming down so low.
He is falling very low, but he's going to have to sit back. That's his job. He sits at the back anyway. So no turrets. Oh, there is a nice grab onto Fabulous, though. There's a taunt, and he throws out the barrier as well. Are they going to survive this one? Spirit Rush. Dizzy shuts down Lux finally on by Lord Fabulous as well. So BMA looking to go back down onto Blaster. Does BMA have the passive up? No. Oh my God, there's 2 kills for Ari. Good work from Umart.
Yeah, that was a good trade back, but they did lose that bottom inhibitor. Still definitely going in advantage of Redemption at this point.
Yep.
But it was very good. You know, Dizzy getting a couple of those kills as well. I mean, he already had most of them for his team. Let's be honest, but still definitely good. But I can't see this being a way for them to get back into this game. 2 inhibitors down, you know, Baron's down. They can't get any objectives from that, and they've run. It's 7 towers to 1 at this point.
Wow, I didn't even realize that. Top lane, the last standing inhibitor.
Yeah, and I have to say, you know, going back a lot because that was a lot of action, a really extended team fight. But in that engage in the bot turret before taking down that inhibitor, that Stranglethorns landed onto 3 people and locked everyone up. So that counter engage coming in from Avant-Garde Redemption was massive. You know, that Equalizer coming down, doing all of that damage, and that zone control as well coming out of that ability. It was just really amazing to see Avant-Garde Redemption just playing on point today, like they were yesterday.
Teal's vision continues, just controlling it all. He has invested a lot in a few oracles as well as a lot of pink wards, and it's just shining through. I guess he is in that situation where he can afford that extra vision control because of the gold lead that they are getting. A lot of global objectives, a lot of dragons, a lot of turrets, Baron as well in there.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's won 2-8. So that's a healthy support, and they've got a lot of global gold. I mean, this is what happens when you take so many turrets, so many dragons, and a Baron. Is your support actually gets items?
It's good to be item-filled support, I guess.
Absolutely.
Dizzy lands a charm on Teals over the wall, does a little bit of burst. It's not really that much damage though. And now this is the last turret. There is no more Baron buff. I don't think there was a Baron buff for that last team fight either. So it won't be too long before Baron has come back up. But Avant Redemption just want to let the minions push bottom and the mid lane, and then
they've really got to just hang back and not get too antsy at this point. If they get aced a couple of times, I mean, this game can swing back into Umart's favor. Yeah. It's not likely, but
oh, wow, light binding on BMA as he's flying through the air. Crescendo onto Smiley Face X. There's a huge ultimate from Zyra, though, knocking up JKS. Dizzy at the back gets ultied from Fabulous, and a shutdown onto Varus, but Rumble picks up a kill on the Sonar at the back of JKS in a lot of trouble. Double kill for Ari, taking out Zyra, but there is the shutdown. Zyra getting it.
Yeah, those plants doing so much damage with that Haunting, guys.
And I think that might be it. They're going to take down this middle inhibitor as well and start knocking on those Nexus turrets.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is an AD carry up in Uber Giants Bro for Umart Storm right now, so I mean, there is some damage potential there, but with all of these inhibitors down, the super minions just pushing into the base, I can't see this being very close as a fight. I mean, it looks like to me it's going to be the end of this game. BMA taking a ton of damage from that final spark. Oh, wow, actually picking up Twitch.
Wow, a pick over the back from Fabulous. Good job, BMA just throwing in a knock-up as well. He doesn't have it. There's a double kill for Fabulous. And I believe that's well played for Redemption.
Absolutely, and MVP being Fabulous this game. He's been playing fabulously.
He always does. Some really good Lux plays as well. And will this be enough, though? JKS taking down Aviator, and there it is. Well played to Avant Redemption.
Really well played. That was a fantastic game from Avant-Garde Redemption. And Umart Storm, you know, playing well in the early game, but they just lost control of that game.
And here we see the teams doing a good sportsmanship.
And our fantastic stage as well here at Latrobe at the Union Hall.
So unfortunately, Frenetic Array are out of this one.
Out of this one, single elim, it's so dangerous.
It is.
So dangerous. I mean, once we get into the semis, it is going to be those best of threes, but at the moment, at this sort of quarterfinal stage, the best of one is really, really dangerous.
It is. So, yeah, well played to Avant Redemption, making it through this stage of the qualifiers, not being knocked out. Fray Umart are out of the tournament.
Absolutely, and it's really quite sad that they missed out on those 2 bans. If those 2 bans had have gone on Lux and Rumble, this could have been a completely different game.
It could have been. Maybe Redemption would not have done so well. I mean,
Yeah,
both Ballasta and Lord Fabulous played immaculately.
Oh, Fabulous, just showing his incredible mastery of that champion, landing so many of those light bindings. I mean, if it was me playing that, I would not do any damage if I was Lux. I'd have to go AD, I think.
All right. So thank you very much for watching the first game of Day 2 ACL Melbourne, guys. My name is Menace.
And I'm, of course, Max Slappy Baggins Anderson.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Big shout out to our sponsors, Plantronics, BenQ, and, of course, Riot Games.
And we'll be back very, very soon.